Hi all, welcome to my art page. I'm Cindy and today we're going to do a quick flower field of flowers, and I used Brusho a lot in this picture. I am enjoying experimenting with that. I use Arches watercolor paper and I tried something different today. I wet my paper and I used this little tiny pipette in order to pick up the Brusho paper powder stuff and put it on the paper. I'm just experimenting, so you got to try different things. So I started off with this, and then I didn't feel like I needed to let the Brusho spread, so I either added more powder in, a little bit of purple, just kept dabbing it on there, and because the paper's wet, it will spread by itself. I'm working wet on wet, and I'm adding in little tiny purple dots. Purple, there's a little bit of orange in there, yellow, and because the paper's wet, the color is just going to spread. I really love it. And then I added in a little bit of yellow grass in order to get that moving, and I always do the light first. Now down here, I squirted it with water again, and I used some of the brown Brusho. It's a light brown for this one. And I'm going to add a little bit of dark, a little bit of green, and all I'm going to do is use my paintbrush and play with that. Once I add green in like this, I can just take my brush and start pulling it upwards, so that way I can get some grass out of it. Brusho, you don't need a ton. There's different ways you can use it, but the way I'm using it today, I don't need a lot of Brusho. I just need enough in order to make those colors pop, and because I'm putting dry Brusho on water, it's going to spread, so it's going to create these really neat textures. I'm using a little bit of cerulean blue in order to create a sky, and I'm making sure that it's dark enough and wet enough. What I'm going to do is take saran wrap. I'm going to crinkle it up, I'm going to put it on this, and it's going to create a cloud texture. And you can see I'm doing that right here. It's a lot of fun. You have to put it down when it's wet. You can almost see it looks like stained glass because my paper was sticking, or that saran wrap was sticking right to it. Let it dry really well. After it dried, I pulled it off, and you can see the texture up there with the clouds. And because my paper's dry, I'm going ahead in and I'm going to add some detail. And in this picture, I really wanted to keep a nice, vibrant, colorful field. And I didn't want to let myself get too dark with it, because I'm going to use a black micron pen and I'm going to create doodles. And this is another picture that would be a lot of fun to get a group together, share those the cost of the supplies, and then you guys do this as a group painting night. I think we've got to do something like that on YouTube. So I'll have to figure out how to do that and get you all to join me. And I'm finishing up some detail. Then you're going to see me grab my micron pen and I'm going to start to put the doodle art in. Okay, so I'm using my micron pen and I'm putting doodles in here. So where do I get my doodle ideas? I go onto Pinterest and I look up doodle art, doodle strokes. and I'll look through stuff they have there. I'll find things that I like, and then I'll practice on a clean sheet of paper just so I can start to develop the type of doodles that I want to do in my art. And when I'm working on a painting like this, I'll actually pull my master sheet out, I'll put it in front of me, and I'll just pick random doodles. I'm not a pro. There's other people who are pros at it. I'm not a pro yet, but I have a lot of fun making these colorful cards like this, and then I'll turn this into a gift. And I'll put it on a card that I can mail out. It's a 4x6 size, and it makes a great gift for other people. I can sign it, I can frame it, I can do all sorts of stuff with it. Alrighty, I'm finishing up on this. I'm going to give you a nice long look on it. Be sure to hit like if you enjoyed this video. Give me your comments, give me your ideas, and I will see you next time. But you could find me on Patreon if you would like to take lessons. I so enjoyed our time today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.